God of War is a mythology-based action-adventure video game franchise spanning 2 eras, debuting all the way back in 2005 and is still going strong to this very day. And with its latest release in 2018, they found a way to revitalise the series with no signs of slowing down, showing you that the franchise is as strong as ever. Every game in the series has been met with universal acclaim, and they really are some of the best action games ever made. From its in-depth story, characters, settings, gorgeous visuals and epic set pieces, this truly is one of Sony's best IPs. Like a lot of other people out there, I absolutely love God of War, and me personally, I see it as the face of Sony. So here today on DaVinci TV, we're going to count down those top 8 moments from God of War, not the 2018 version. We'll get to that on our next video. So today, we're counting down the top 8 moments from the original Greek mythology saga. Now remember, there are spoilers ahead, so let's get to it.
And you will not see the end of this day. I will have my revenge!
To begin this chart, we start with our 8th entry, which takes place in God of War 3. It's the battle with Kratos' half-brother, Hercules.
Hello, brother.
Hercules is extremely jealous of Kratos.
While you were being crowned the god of war, I was sent to find an apple.
Hercules believes that Kratos is Zeus's chosen favourite son, and by defeating him, he will gain his father's favour. Though Kratos' fight isn't with Hercules, so he tries to reason with him, but to no avail, so this leads to one epic confrontation of the Battle of Brothers.
Soon I will become the god of war and claim the throne for myself.
Hercules begins by jumping to the top of the forum, whilst Kratos deals with many Olympian sentries until Hercules realises they are simply no match for Kratos. Taking out what sentries get in your way, Hercules here is the main focus, and with the Nemean Cestus gauntlets at his disposal, he is an absolute powerhouse. He will also perform charge attacks at you, so reacting correctly, you can aim him into the spiky exteriors, immobilizing him so you can slowly remove his armor, bit by bit.
Armor is for weak.
With the battle now solely one-on-one, here you realise that Hercules isn't to be taken lightly, though if you time and attack correctly, you can quickly get the upper hand and witness Hercules' fatal mistake of gloating and take advantage. With the Nemean Cestus gauntlets now at your disposal, the battle has done a complete 180 and you can really kick Hercules' ass. In a desperate attempt to beat Kratos, Hercules with his immense strength lifts the platform to try and get the advantage over Kratos. Though performing a set of QTEs correctly, this would ultimately be Hercules' biggest mistake and his downfall, as Kratos smashes the platform back down and is able to beat him to a pulp. The aftermath of Hercules' face is absolutely grotesque and disgusting, and shows you that you just do not get in Kratos' way. To witness Hercules almost portrayed as a villain, as opposed to the hero he's always in any other scenario. The different stages of the battle, and how much dominance the Nemean Cestus gauntlets provide. And finally, the epic conclusion and the horrific way that Kratos ends Hercules earns this, the number 8 spot. Our 7th entry takes place in God of War 2, with Kratos now firmly in place as the God of War, and his Spartan armies destroying cities. He goes to Rhodes personally to deliver the final blow. Though this is short-lived, as an eagle appears and drains Kratos' godly powers and applies them to the Colossus of Rhodes, so it can attempt to kill Kratos.
Athena! You conspire against me!
Kratos may have returned to his original size, but he still possesses his same godly strength. And what follows is a really exciting intro to God of War 2. Kratos battles through the city, taking on waves and waves of enemies, with the Colossus of Rhodes continuously trying to stop Kratos. With these epic encounters and awesome QTE sections, Kratos really deals out some damage to the Colossus of Rhodes. Though he's unforgiving and doesn't stop, really proving a worthy adversary. It's also worth noting that if you search hard enough, Kratos is able to let off a little bit of steam in this section, which I thought was a nice touch.
Praise the gods.
Completely out of nowhere, Kratos receives the aid from Zeus.
Drain your godly powers into the sword, Kratos. Only then will you reach your full potential.
Kratos battles through the city in order to reach the Sword of Olympus. You have to continuously fight off the Colossus of Rhodes in order to gain the Blade of Olympus, continuously draining your godly powers into the blade. Now from within the Colossus of Rhodes and with the power of the Blade of Olympus, Kratos takes out the key points from within to bring the Colossus of Rhodes down for good.
Do you see, gods of Olympus? Do you need more proof than this?
Draining all his power into the Blade of Olympus and the crushing blow from the Colossus of Rhodes, Kratos is severely weakened as Zeus appears, revealing his betrayal to Kratos.
Why would you betray me?
It is you who would betray me. Am I to stand idly by while Olympus is threatened?
Zeus explains that he's come to stop Kratos as he's become out of control and is a threat to Olympus, and must vow to serve Zeus from here on.
I serve no one.
Then you leave me no choice.
With Kratos no longer in possession of godly powers and being severely injured, he doesn't stand a chance against Zeus, and this ultimately leads to his death. Overall, the battle with the Colossus of Rhodes and Zeus's betrayal earns the number 7 spot, because to be honest, it was just one of the best intros ever. Constantly being stalked, chased, and these epic encounters right from the get-go of the game, to ironically the Colossus of Rhodes achieving his goal, the final blow to Kratos. And with the King of Olympus himself, his epic betrayal towards Kratos coming completely out of nowhere, overall making it one of the best and key moments of the saga, earning it the number 7 spot. Our 6th entry takes place right from the start of God of War 3, where Kratos and the Titans have united, are ascending Mount Olympus to finally confront Zeus.
Zeus! Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus!
But before Kratos, Gaia, or any other of the Titans can reach Zeus, they have to deal with the king of Atlantis, Zeus's brother, Poseidon, taking the form of the mythological creature Poseidon created to serve him, the Hippocampi. He keeps Gaia at bay, preventing her from ascending Mount Olympus, whilst Kratos himself takes on Poseidon, trying to prevent him from killing Gaia. With Gaia trying to constantly break free, Kratos holds on and battles Poseidon from all different kinds of perspectives, making it really exciting. And where the battle is that intense, Kratos is thrown from Gaia onto Mount Olympus, and now he must ascend in order to reach her again if he's going to have any chance of saving her. Ascending Mount Olympus, you get to witness the gods and the Titans do battle in all their glory. It's absolutely stunning to see Gaia and Poseidon really going at it, unable to do anything but watch, and even come across the remains of the former god of war, until you eventually catch up to Gaia. With Gaia trying to ascend the mountain and battle Poseidon at the same time, you can see she's starting to lose this battle. With Poseidon's grip fully in place at this point, Gaia is completely helpless, so trying to fight him off, along with some awesome QTE set pieces, you're able to release the grip and Gaia is free. Kratos is now able to reach Gaia's head as Poseidon re-emerges with a more watery godlike representation of himself, really turning things up to the next level.
You have disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos.
This is where the real battle begins. Kratos must fight off Poseidon's amphipod-like limbs so Gaia is able to crush Poseidon against the wall, so Kratos is able to get up close and personal with Poseidon and really cause some damage. Poseidon's weak spot is on his chest, and in order to get there, it's all about timing, positioning and attacking correctly in order to get the advantage. Poseidon, being a god, won't go down so easily, but neither will Gaia. She is the almighty titan after all, and with Kratos' aid, finally removes Poseidon's grip. Gaia is able to deliver a devastating blow, and Kratos, in an absolutely awesome set piece, is finally able to reach Poseidon's true godlike form.
Zeus should have kept you where you belong.
Poseidon tries to reason with Kratos, but with no success. Kratos finally has his way, and we get to see his end through his own eyes. Now that definitely made me cringe. Whoa! Overall, the battle with Poseidon in God of War 3 was yet another fantastic intro to a God of War game. To be able to be a part of what would become the beginning of the Second Great War and the epic spectacle of a challenge that is Poseidon. Teaming up with a titan against a god, and the fact that they're able to pull off this epic scale of a battle is so impressive, really making it a moment to remember, earning the battle against Poseidon the number 6 spot. As a general in the Spartan army, Kratos' pride and hunger for power grew even greater with every victory. Though despite pleas from his family, Kratos' appetite for glory would be far from fulfilled.
How much is enough, Kratos? When will it end?
When the glory of Sparta is known throughout the world.
The glory of Sparta. You did this for yourself.
Though Kratos and his army would finally meet their match to the barbarian tribes from the east, in an act of desperation, Kratos would call out to the god of war Ares, and in exchange for victory, would sacrifice his life.
Ares! Destroy my enemies, and my life is yours.
Ares accepts Kratos' offer, and true to his word, kills all the barbarians, and as a sign of his servitude, binds Kratos to the blades of chaos. Though to make Kratos the perfect warrior without any weakness, Ares leads Kratos into a cruel trick in which he slaughters his own family.
Now, with your wife and child dead, you will become death itself.
With his skin now white with the dead ashes of his family, forever cursed by the horrific deed he committed, Kratos renounces his oath to the god of war Ares and vows revenge. Throughout the events of God of War 1, with the assistance of the Oracle and the gods, Kratos eventually reaches Pandora's box, which contains the power to kill a god.
The monster you've created has returned to kill you.
You have no idea what a true monster is, Kratos.
This brings us to our 5th entry, the battle with the god of war himself, Ares.
Your final lesson is at hand.
There's a reason why Ares is the god of war, as he is no pushover, one hell of a challenge, and this is truly one of the hardest battles throughout the Greek mythology saga. You have to dodge constantly and be ready for everything, as Ares has a huge range of attacks. So whenever possible and safe, attack with everything you've got. With Kratos almost proving too much, Ares sucks him into a demonic void where he makes him relive the events of his past again.
The nightmares that had haunted Kratos for the past 10 years had now taken form and substance.
I will save my family.
Kratos fights off the demonic incarnations of himself that attempt to kill his family. And although successful, this is Ares' world, so Kratos is helpless and has to watch the death of his family yet again.
Now, you will have no power, no magic. All that is left for you is death.
Kratos, now distraught and vulnerable after witnessing the death of his family yet again, almost gives up until he notices the blade of the gods, and this leads to one final confrontation.
I still have allies in Olympus, Ares. Now, you will see how strong I am.
This is an extremely challenging battle with a unique health system yet stripped of all your powers and battling with nothing but the blade of the gods. This is a real battle of skill and a worthy final boss that will test even the best of players. Though with everything you've learned, fight like hell to finally finish off the God of War for good.
I was trying to make you a great warrior. You succeeded.
The epic conclusion of God of War 1 easily earns a spot on this chart because it was just fantastic. That's everything that led up to this moment. The challenge that Ares provides as he was so tough, the fact that he manipulates you and tries to use your family against you, to Kratos finally prevailing, defeating the God of War, making it a fantastic moment, earning this, the number 5 spot.
Kratos had done the impossible. A mortal defeating a god. Ares was no